Good morning, everyone. John Hopper here. I wanted to talk to you today about these children killing each other. It happened again yesterday in Michigan, Oxford, Michigan. From what I understand, I don't know all of the details, but a 15-year-old student opened fire inside the school and killed three other students, injured a adult, which I think was a teacher, and then, as I understand it, injured seven other students as well. So, according to my math, that's like 11 and three dead. So here's the narrative, right? This is what the news is going to say. This is what the political parties are going to say, right? They're going to say it's a shooting. They're going to say it's a shooting. And what I say is it's a killing, right? We have children killing children. And of course, there's parents, or teachers, adults, involved in it, by proximity of being in the building, right? But I don't think they're necessarily the target. So the real conversation is children killing children, right? But that's not going to get anybody to tune into the news. So what we're going to have to do is we have to call the headline a school shooting. Well, the problem, in my opinion, is it takes away from the problem. When we're going to put guns and we're going to put a political narrative in the mix of the problem, then it takes away from what the real problem is. Okay. So is the gun the problem? Well, I'm not going to defend the gun. Okay. And nor am I going to prosecute the gun. I don't think the gun has anything to do with this. I think that if the child wants to kill somebody, they're going to find a way to do it, right? Whether they steal their parents' car and drive it through the bus stop, or they poison somebody, or they stab somebody, or they drop a bomb in the bathroom or the cafeteria or whatever. If they want to kill someone, they're going to find a way to do it, right? So what I'm proposing is let's call this what it is, a killing. That's what it is. Let's get away from the narrative of it being a shooting. Because even if we took all the guns away, it's still going to happen just in a different way, right? So, what I'm proposing is let's get to the core of the problem. What's going on here? So, on my Facebook yesterday, I proposed that question. What do you guys, I asked my friends, what do you think the problem is? And there was really good answers. One of my friends, which I think is very, very true, said, and I believe this to be true, is it's mental. There are mental issues going on inside these children, right? They're not being treated properly, right? Nor are they probably being communicated to properly, right? So I know personally in my own home, my 14-year-old, he loves watching YouTube. And he gets into his own little world and he watches YouTube. And I withdraw him from that world, right? And I pull him out of that world and bring him back into reality, and we go do fun things together and stuff. But he enjoys it. It's a happy place for him. Okay. And then I will even look at like my dad, right? My dad's in his 70s, right? He enjoys looking at his Facebook, right? And he'll get all entrenched into the electronics and the media, right? So, and because that's happening on a massive scale, even myself, right? I work a lot in, social media and online and do things like that. So I get sucked into that world too. Now, is that causing a mental problem? I don't know, but it is causing a communication problem, right? So if the child or the adult, I just gave two examples, is sucked into the electronics, then are we properly communicating with them? And then do we say, do we know what's wrong? Do we really know what's going on inside? Because we're not communicating with them because they're living in a different world, right? So I think in my business, right, and what I do is we have a thing called raise the objection. Okay, so let me explain to you what raise the objection is. All right, raise the objection is bring it to the forefront before the other party does. So you're first, right? First helps. So in my business, somebody might say, John, it's really expensive. I need to think about it. So here's what I would do. I would bring that to the forefront before they had the opportunity to tell me that it was really expensive. So what I would say is I would say, now I understand that sounds like a lot of money. And to a lot of people, that is a lot of money. I totally get it. I totally understand. But what I need you to understand is what you're spending with me is not the goal. The goal is how much money are we going to make you? Now, if you spent $5,000 and we turned around and made you 100,000, is that a lot of money? Then they say, no, I've raised the objection. They're now telling me it's not a lot of money, right? They can't come back later and say, hey, it's a lot of money. They just got done telling me it wasn't a lot of money, right? I've brought it to the forefront. I believe that's what we need to do with the kids. I believe we need to talk to the kids about the school shooting, killing, the school killing, right? So this morning, okay, the 15-year-old is in jail. 3 of the kids are dead. 8 of them are in the hospital or, nursing injuries, right? And all the families involved in this are affected. Everybody, even the people that weren't shot, are affected by this, right? My kids don't know about it yet. They're probably going to find out today, when they go to school. I'm sure they're going to be talking about it. I didn't tell them about it, right? But there's a lot of people being affected by these killings. So what I'm saying is, let's raise the objection. Let's bring it to the forefront and let's talk about it. Let's get the kids around the table and let's talk to them about the ramifications of doing what is being done. If you walk into the school, I understand that might seem like a good idea to you. I get why you might think that. You're going to get revenge on these people. You're going to show these people that you're significant. You're going to show these people that you matter. You're going to be somebody when you walk in there and you take control. They're going to know you're somebody. But that's going to be for a nanosecond. And the ramifications of that are going to be people are going to be dead. And you're going to be in prison. And our whole family is going to change because you made that choice. Right. And what I'm saying is bring that to the forefront. Let's talk to the children about this. Right. Let's put the video game down, or let's put the YouTube down, or let's put the TikTok down, or let's put the Facebook down. Let's take social media down and let's just have a conversation about it. Right. We don't need to take the gun away. We don't need to get rid of the guns and melt the guns down and, take away people's Second Amendment rights or, call it a shooting. That's not the right answer either. Call it a shooting, call it a killing, right? But raise the objection with the children and tell the children, listen, this might seem like a good idea at the time, but here's the ramifications on the backside of that. And I think it might help. I think that might be the answer. I personally believe that, my friend saying that it's mental is a lot to do with it. And there just isn't a lot of places to take a child to, to seek that help, especially if you're not properly communicating with them and you don't know that the problem is there. There's a lot of adults that need mental care that aren't getting it, right? And then we got to look at, is the food the problem, right? Is the chemicals in the food causing this? I believe it is. I truly believe it is. I believe I eat bad food. I then reproduce a child. That child, because I ate bad food, is a product of the fact that I ate bad food. That makes sense to me that that would be the case, right? And then unfortunately, my child ate bad food. My child has another child. That child ends up killing the school. Doesn't that make sense? That could be the problem. And what we're going to do is we want a headline story, so we're going to call it a shooting. There's a school shooting. The problem is significantly larger than it being a shooting. We have children killing children, and I don't believe they're being talked to. I think communication is a problem. I think mental health is a problem. I think the food is a problem. I think the electronics is a problem. I think there's a lot of problems. And I think until, we have, the president of the United States stand up and goes, well, that's enough. Well, it's enough, but he didn't do anything about it, right? Nothing happened. And that's been going on for, I don't know, 30 years. When did Columbine happen? Right? To the best of my knowledge, Columbine was the first one. That was, I think, in 1994, right? There's been plenty since then, as most recently as yesterday, right? So we need to do something. Nobody's coming to save us. No one's going to come and go, okay, here's the answer to this. I think we need to do this ourselves. And I think we need to gather up the kids, and we need to take this video and share it, right? If what I'm saying makes sense, right? And we need to set our kids down and have a conversation with them. No different than we have a conversation with them about sex or whatever we have a conversation with them about. They need to be educated that there's ramifications to this. You're going to go to prison. People are going to die. Either the nanosecond of significance that you gained because you did this is going to be completely regretted when you're rotting away for the rest of your life in prison, No Christmas presents, no birthday celebrations, no videos, no YouTube, no TikTok, no nothing. You go to prison, you rot away for the rest of your life. And family members on the other side are dead. And do we have that conversation when they're 14? No, we have that conversation when they're 7. And we have it all the way until they're 14. We've raised the objection. And then when they get there, they go, we don't do that. We know that's wrong. Right. And then we don't have to worry about whether it's a gun or a car or poison or a bomb or a knife or whatever they decide to do the killing, because that's what it is, a killing, not a shooting. But what you're going to hear in the news all day today and in the future is school shooting, school shooting, school shooting, school shooting, school shooting. No conversation about mental health, no conversation about food, no conversation about a knife, no conversation about a gun, no conversation about YouTube, no conversation about Facebook, no conversation about communication, none of it, because the headline is shooting. And I contend we, as an adult, I'm an adult, we need to fix this. As parents, as adults, as whatever, no one's coming to save us. Set the kids down, 7 years old or whatever age it is, and have a conversation with them about ramifications of doing this, not about what they're going to get from doing it, what's going to happen. People woke up today with dead family members because this happened, because that conversation in that house never happened. So I don't know. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. If you think there's any value in this, I'd like to hear your opinion. Maybe you could share it. We can get other people talking about it. But I think we need to do something. I don't think anybody is coming to save us. So it's been almost 30 years and nothing has changed. So, all right. Have a great day. It was good talking to you. And I'm so sorry that happened at the school shooting yesterday, a killing. I wish I could change it, but I can't. So anyway, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.